ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ?
I request everyone to keep your phones on silent mode, please. Education is not filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Let this program ignite our passion for learning and innovation. Good afternoon and a warm welcome to one and all present here. Today, we have gathered here for a 5 days faculty development program on research framework initiated by IQAC and organized by Department of Commerce. Let me take you through the journey of KLE Society's S. Nijalingappa College. It celebrated its golden jubilee in the year 2013. It is one of the premier higher educational institutions managed by the KLE Society. Since its inception in 1963, the college has carved a niche for its quality education. The college is re-accredited at A+ grade by NAC 4th cycle. Glimpses of Commerce Department. The Department of Commerce was set up in the year 1971. It has legitimate claim and pride of being a premier department with research center status conferred on it by the affiliating university. In its history, spanning over 4 decades, it has produced university ranks, excellent academicians, researchers, and entrepreneurs. It offers BCom, MCom, and PhD programs affiliated to Bangalore City University, along with value-added and certificate courses. Inclusive of hands-on training, the program will communicate conceptual clarity amongst the participants about the application of the fundamentals of research and helps them stay focused on the scope of their research work. It also helps to understand the basics of statistical package for social sciences, and its application in research work is scheduled on a blended mode to ease the participants to progress on their own preference. I call upon Mr. Rajat of BCom for invoking the blessings of God.
शारदे लोक पूजिते ज्ञानराधे नमोस्तुते शारदे लोक पूजिते ज्ञानराधे नमोस्तुते प्रेमದಿಂದಲಿ ಸಲಹು ಮಾತೆ ನೀಡು ಸನ್ನದಿ ಸೌಖ್ಯದಾತೆ ಪ್ರೇಮದಿಂದಲಿ ಸಲಹು ಮಾತೆ ನೀಡು ಸನ್ನದಿ ಸೌಖ್ಯದಾತೆ ತಾಯಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಲೋಕ ಪೂಜಿತೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತೆ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ ಅಂಧಕಾರವ ಓದಿಸು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಬೆಳಗಿಸು ಅಂಧಕಾರವ ಓದಿಸು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಬೆಳಗಿಸು ಹೃದಯ ಮಂದಿರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆಸು ಚಿಂತೆಯ ಅಳಿಸು ಶಾಂತಿಯ ಉಳಿಸು ತಾಯಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಲೋಕ ಪೂಜಿತೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತೆ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಮಡಿಲಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಮ್ಮ ನಿನ್ನ ನಂಬಿದ ಕಂದರಮ್ಮ ನಿನ್ನ ಕರುಣೆಯ ಬೆಳಗಳಮ್ಮ ಬಾಳನು ಬೆಳಗಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೋರಿಕೆ ಆಲಿಸಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಲೋಕ ಪೂಜಿತೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತೆ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾತುಗಳಾಡಿಸು, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸವ ಮಾಡಿಸು, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ದಾರಿಯ ನಮ್ಮ ನಡೆಸು, ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ಕಲಿಸು, ಆಸೆ ಪೂರೈಸು. ತಾಯಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಲೋಕ ಪೂಜಿತೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತೆ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತೆ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Thank you, Mr. Raja. To commence the program, I request our dignitaries to light the lamp.
ಅಡ್ಡ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ
ಹೇಳಿ ಜಾಗ ಬೇಕು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಜಾಗ ಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇಡ್ಬೇಕು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಇದು.
the topic, one more I would like to include is whoever is going for the research, teaching faculty, and some people with a passion you all take up the research. Even the students can take up the research projects which has been promoted by the government. Under the UGC, even students are allowed, even the faculty who's not been associated or people not been associated with the institutions are also allowed to go in for the research projects. So we can apply, giving the details about how we would like to go about, and then we can take up the research project. So when we are taking up the research project, under some guidance you will have to go in for. See, taking a UGC project, a well-trained or a well-known person, then she can handle it, she or he can handle it. Whereas the faculty members going in for the research under a research guide is very, very essential. And what is that you will have to take care is, please check with your guide what the guide wants. Very, very important. In many cases, the research halfway through it gets stopped. In many cases, otherwise no harassment, non-acceptance from the guide. Guide's expectations would be varying. For example, going in for the other universities. When you go there, the guide would expect every time for a university visit to make arrangements by you. Whether it's a hotel or a transportation, everything to be taken care by the student. So you will have to be very careful choosing a guide for your project. Whether it is an in-house, whether it is an that is from up-country project or an up-country guide, make sure the guide makes the big difference in the research work. On encouragement and the support of the guide, you will achieve greater heights. But in between, if the guide is not very supportive, it becomes a challenge to complete the project and it becomes a hell. That is the word I could use. So be careful. A small line of information to all the people who take up the research work. And moving on to my topic. The topic given to me is framing of first selecting the research topic and framing the objective which has to be done based on the research topic. So first let us look into about the research topic. The research topic, it says very clearly, allows you to pursue your interest, to learn something new, to hone your problem solving skills. What is honing? To improving the problem solving skills and to challenge yourself and myself and everybody in the new ways, which is very, very essential. Basically, pursue your interest. Whether the students will have to take up a project in their final year. Is it not? How many of you are supposed to do the project? Okay. And whereas of the teaching fraternity, these days it is becoming mandatory to have PhD for most of the things. So hence, whoever is taking up the higher education or the project, as per the mandate of your course, you will have to choose the topic. Choosing a topic itself is a big challenge. So once I know what is that I wanted to do, then I can search the path, whichever path I wanted to go. So when I am very clear that I will have to reach Vidhan Soda, then I can choose different paths. But if I do not know where is the destination, what is that I want to do, I will be going around and around. So the topic is like that. You will have to be very, very clear with what is that you wanted to do. So in the process, there are small changes which happens with the topic. Because the guide may ask you to change the topic, restructure the topic, or he may ask you to include some additions to the topic. So in the process, the changes may happen in the topic. Because in certain universities, for example, Periyar University, where we will have to sit for a topic discussion with a panel of members, jury we have, where in the jury we have to justify the topic, what has made us to choose the topic. So in the jury, we'll have to be very clear what made us, what is special about it, how will I go about it, and they will have all possible questions. So some universities have this system of the topic or the title justification, they call it as, which we have to do. So we'll have to be very clear, and not only because of the jury or the justification. Once we are clear with the topic what we choose, there is a very clear path where we will have to go for other process as well as the other steps. So first make sure that your interest is taken care of. The reason is, when we are not interested in certain topics, in certain areas, we may not enjoy doing it. Doing the job with passion and the pleasure is different from doing the job with compulsion. When you do something with compulsion, it becomes a burden. When you do with passion, it becomes a pleasure. Is it not? So that is the reason you have to be very clear that whatever you like, take it up. In all possible streams, there are options for research. Whichever you take, even the campus of the college, also you can do a lot of research. So there is no area which says that there is no research. Okay? Why we'll have to research? Let me take up another paper and finish it up. That becomes more easier than going in for the research. So there are some universities for MBA program where they say you can do another additional 2 papers instead of doing a project. For example, Madurai Kamaraj University, I suppose. Okay. So they say you can do additional 2 papers of your choice in the given option, so that you can skip this 200 marks of project work. But of course, doing the 2 papers of our option becomes more easier than doing the research. We say that research is very difficult, we'll have to do so many things, but imagine what is the learning outcome of it. So the learning outcome is much more in the project work or the research work than doing 1 or 2 papers. So we study, we give the exam, we clear the paper, and we come out with distinction, we forget that. But research is not like that. Project work is not like that. It is hands-on experience. So it is just like learning swimming through online. Wow, I learned swimming very well through online. Wow, all the steps, movement of hands, breathing exercises, everything they thought extremely well. Finally jump into the water, you know what will happen. Learning swimming through online. So that is why research is going into the water and learning how to swim. Maybe initially difficult, but once you learn, you are very confident. Wherever you are, you can swim and come out. That's the difference between taking up additional paper and taking up a project work. Is that fine? Are you able to follow me? Am I clear with the language?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if any doubt is there, you can always, in between, raise your hand. I will stop. Can we go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Why research? Hands-on experience, I told you, no? The best example is swimming. In the same way, gain hands-on experience. You speak to the people when you are doing the research, and you also learn so many new things when you are doing the research. So once you start learning your computers, we don't stop with Windows learning only writing the letter, is it not? So along with that, we also learn the alignment, also we learn the highlighting of things and making it bold, making it colorful, making it more beautiful, which attracts the person while reading. The same way, the learning also happens when you are doing the research. Career direction, you can always say that this is what I have done in my research when you go for the interviews. And you can tell that, oh, finance is my best area. I am very confident, so let me get into the jobs of finance, wealth management, which is very, very attractive and well paid. High packages are happening in wealth management. So once you do the project on that, you are confident. When you go for the interview, you can always say and confidently answer whatever you wanted. So career advancements, career directions, all these are also possible. You can solve the problem and enhance your mental ability. You can also check with the current events and what is the innovations which has been happening can be taken up and we can work on it only with the research. Otherwise, no, you can never, okay, current, what has been happening is we can see and we can forget. But it is not so with the research. Take up the current event and then you can work on it. And one thing you should know in the research is logic should be understood. Logic is very, very essential in our lives. So understand the logic whichever you are working and decision making abilities, how to access into the new treatment. For example, recently people who have noticed the scientific advancement in the research. First time, no, the robot has done double lung surgery through with the help of robot, and it was a very, very successful. It has been done for one of the sports person. It was done very, very successful. Earlier it was done for the single lung, and now it is first time it has been done. So how can it happen? Means only with the help of research, all these things can happen. So apply creativity. Creativity not necessarily only while writing or designing the rangoli or doing some decoration. Creativity is essential. Creativity can happen even while writing a letter. How many of you make sure that try and write a letter, see how well I can create it. So you can check your creativity and check market existence. If I do something, can I sell that research work? So because, for example, Red Bus, not only Red Bus, you have many things. So Red Bus, he just came out with a new concept of booking the buses with the help of a specific app. And finally, he sold it for a huge amount, you all know very well. Okay, even Nika also. So they have done the research, how it could be done, and they have come with a different style of selling a product. For example, sugar costumes, you must have heard, I think. Sugar costumes are available and quite expensive. So they have made a research that, oh, this is not going to have an impact on the health of a person. So many new things, what is there in the market can be changed, advanced, and you can come out. And you can also develop lot of relationships. So relationships are very essential. I will not get any relationship by payment of money. So relationships has to be very neatly handled. So it is not that today I got the money, everybody will come behind me. No. Whereas you will have a professional relationships when you go into the research, learn leadership skills, and you can also build your resume very well. We have great achievers who have done the research. Okay. See, research, we say that it is not only the aspect, only the intelligent persons are doing. Research can be done by anybody. For example, now Delhi is battling with a big problem, no? What is the problem? Very good. Because of what? One is vehicle, the other most important is burning of not burning of agricultural waste, yes, fodder, burning of fodder which is nearby the close or the state which is closed is Punjab. So burning is a big challenge, and as Delhi is very close, no, a lot of pollution is being happening. Here, can I have your attention? So what is that? How the farmers are escaping? The government is trying to punish them if they burn the fodder. They call some specific word for fodder. Something. Okay. So how the farmers are escaping? They burn the fodder, but still they escape from the eyes of the government, and they escape even from the satellite pictures. If you notice, see, satellite keeps rotating. All of us know, I think. So when something is being done, the satellite can capture how many farmers are burning the fodder, and they can try to catch hold. So the intelligence of the farmers is being very well used in they have done a research. What does that research means? At what time the satellite is going on the Punjab state? At what time it moves on the Punjab state, and when it is moving they don't burn the fodder. When it is moved or when it is likely to, when it is far away, they burn the fodder. So research is not that I have done my master degree so only I should do research. No. Research can be done by anyone who has the intelligence and who gets into whichever component or aspect they wanted. So it is, a student can get into the research now to check or to see where they will fit into. And you want something that, oh, I want to fit into a wealth management job. Students, I am a finance faculty. So most of the time the finance exams would come, and if you want you can come out also. So I want to fit into the finance job. When I want to fit into the finance job, what is the additional qualities? When you go in for the research, the research says that people who are working in finance, they are operating the systems, all those people, they will have to have the minimum required additional qualifications in certain streams, such as either in BSc or NSC stock market certification courses, if you wanted to operate the terminal. Clear? So the research says, otherwise if I say no, oh, I'll start applying for the job, I'll get a job, very beautiful job, then I will go, I have been selected, and for till I complete my basic courses, it could be the basic course or it could be the capital market courses, they will not allow me to operate the terminal. I will have to sit, course is not so easy. They say that every 3 months you can complete. Provided we have some time, patiently, we can complete it. Otherwise, 2 options you can take, you can complete. Till then, either you will not be allowed to operate the system or you will be asked to join the organization after completion of course. It is not only in the field of finance, my dear students. Whichever field you would like to go, whether it is a student or a staff, whoever wants, they will have to research and make sure that they will choose and equip themselves before going out of the institution. So I have a lot of time. The time just runs without our knowledge. So we think that, oh, we are in the second year, another 1 year to go. So the semester system you know very well. Hardly 90 days, 100 days the classes go on. So before exam, after exam, you know everything. So by the time you would think, what is that I should do? No, the term would be over, the classes would have commenced. So whenever you have the time, instead of thinking tomorrow, make it tomorrow. But today it's, we have the great achievers. Abdul Kalam, you know how our first nuclear bomb was tested by Abdul Kalam, again with a satellite. He measured at what time it happens. Lakshmi Mittal, he is a steel man. Mukesh Ambani, who's the one who came out, even for 25 rupees we can charge our internet. So nobody else has come like that. He has done a research, how many we can reach. Whether we can work on individual or whether we have to work on the turnover. So how many, what is the turnover? So Tesla, you know very well. He is the most, Tesla is by? Yeah, you know very well. What all the research and mind, his thinking is something beyond the imagination many a time. Okay? Then IBM. IBM spends a lot on research. Even today, nobody is able to take over the Windows, no? Yeah. Windows, what is the next alternative we have? Open source is there. Yeah? Windows, instead of Windows, we can use another open source. Windows comes from? Then what is the alternative source? iOS. Then? Okay. You have the open source also, you can please check. IBM, Tata Motors, they spent a huge amount, Tata Motors. In fact, my earlier college, they introduced it. It did not work it out because people found Windows to be more easily operatable. Okay. A small job for you also. Tata Motors, M&M, what is M&M? Mahindra and Mahindra. It is automobile sector. Survival of the automobile sector has become a big challenge. It's okay, many M&Ms can be there. The chocolates we have, no? Okay, we have Apple. Apple, again, you know, the Apple punchline itself, they say that actually, you know, even other companies, also Samsung also came out. But the punchline of the Samsung was different from Apple. Apple said every pocket an apple, they said. So they want every pocket to have an apple. So that is where they are saying what is that pocket can pay as well as can afford to use it. So to that extent they went into the Apple to see what is the facilities to be given or the technology to be included. So Apple Alphabet is which is the company Alphabet is into? Very good. Somebody has an answer. Google. Google's what do you call it as? Google is under the Alphabet. Okay, Alphabet is the not premier company. You can call it as the pioneer company or whatever. Okay, and 3M is one product. All of you will have to check. 60,000 products they have trademarks and copyright they have. 3M, what is the 3M means? Even the small sticker, stick me it says no, where we can write, and even the cleaning, the small cleaning green color Scotch Brite is from 3M. Okay, so all such small items also they go deep into the research. And if you check with 3M products, no, you will never like the other products. Oh, is it from 3M? You will start checking. So that is the accuracy they get into. It goes with the research. So companies which are into the research only have survived. All of us know Bini Mills, no? Bangalore. Okay. Is it surviving very well? Is it there? The campus is there. Somewhere here and there we have the store. But they are not able to even break even, and many of the division has been closed. The reason being they don't want to go in for new things. Hold on with the same old system of functioning. That is not going to work. Any organization, unless they research, go into it, what is the best they can do? Only they have survived in the market. For example, Nokia. In 2001 and 2, Nokia was the highest selling mobile phones. 2000 up to 4, 5, 6 it was doing. Later on, Android came out. When Android was designed, they came to Nokia and they asked, will you buy the Android and use it in your system for application? So Nokia said, no, we do not want it. But Samsung bought it. And you know where the Samsung is today and where the Nokia is. So unless we research, it is very difficult for either the individual, organization or anyone to survive very successfully. So now let's move on to the given topic. My given topic is research topic. See, why I had to speak all this while was, unless we know all these things, we will not know how to choose the topic. So we are supposed to know what is the topic we have to choose means basically whatever we had spoken all the while has to be taken into consideration. Because choosing the right research topic is likely the most important decision you will make on your dissertation on thesis. To make the right choice, we have to have a systematic approach and where we can put across all the criteria and the ideas into it. So the most important is First decide what is that you wanted to do. Most important decision topic. If I decide my destination of travel, then I can check everything. I am keeping the India map and trying to see where is that I will have to go for a holiday means. It is too difficult, no? Every place has some benefits, some drawbacks. So many things would be there, so it becomes very difficult. Once I decide the destination, I know how to choose many other things. Similarly, just like a destination, it is the topic which we will have to decide upon, which is very essential. Choosing the topic is not a joke. We'll have to work for days and months together. We pick some topic of our choice. And finally, when you go into the information, it is not available. For example, blockchain management. Very beautiful topic. Students especially, they come out. Research scholars may choose, because today cryptocurrency is doing extremely well, I will choose the blockchain, the security management. Whereas when we choose such, where is the information available for us? Can access the information, but topic is too beautiful. Is somebody ready to support me with the information? All these things, it gives a very clear, systematic approach. And choosing a topic of your interest is more important. For example, I am choosing a topic relating to the computer science. Do I have ability to understand the technical concept has to be looked into? Otherwise, it is just not possible to get into the topic. The same example, blockchain management. Do I know about the blockchain management and security? Or students from the science background, you speak to them about the shares and stocks. It is not that people who, staff who would like to go, or anyone who would like to go into the PhD topic, you can work even on the secondary data. My topic for the PhD was a comparative study between gold and the stock market. The growth of the gold for 25 years and the growth of the stock market. Finally, I arrived at a conclusion that stock market performance was much more than the growth of the gold. Maybe you may be telling for the past 2 years, 3 years, the growth of the gold was more. But if you take even the 20 years data, when there was a market fall, when there was a recession across the globe as well as in India, the stock markets have grown extremely well. For example, 1991, NSE was commenced, 1995 I think, and in 80 I think it was BSE. So when you speak about it, do I have an access to the information? Choose any topic where you have access to the information and interest, both should be there. I have a lot of interest, but there is no access to the information. If you choose such topic, then you would be working for some time, then finally we will have to change the topic because of lack of information. So that's what it says. And choose a topic. What does PhD means? Bringing a vast topic into narrowing down the topic is PhD. It is not a minor topic is being expanded or elaborated. A vast topic is being narrowed down, because any topic if you take, you have multiple access to it and multiple clinches to it. So you'll have to make sure that what is that I want to hold on in that. For example, student behavior. If I take first, I'll have to divide between classroom behavior, campus behavior. Then in the classroom behavior, in which are the classes, how the behavior is. Then I can go again with the subdivision of the same. In the morning, how is their behavior, and the post-lunch session, what is their behavior. So even in the post-lunch session, you can also have what is the behavior of the girls during after the post-lunch and the boys. And again you can go with the subdivision of the same topic. When you take post-lunch behavior of boys and the girls, and you can also take the classroom, in which classroom they are more comfortable, whether it is a ventilated classroom or whether they are very comfortable in the seminar rooms. So once you go on with any topic, no, you can go with multiple subdivisions. So you have to bring down, that is what it says, narrow down your topic. That is very, very important in your research work. For example, whereas in my own research, comparison between gold and the stock market was my topic. There were so many things. Finally, I have touched upon whether the GDP has an impact, whether the international markets has an impact, whether the inflation has an impact. So all these are some of smaller topics which has been covered. But the main focus was only between the value of gold and the stock market reactions, whether it is vice versa, whether it is linear or whichever way, in different styles it is being done. For the PhD people, can I choose a topic of my choice? Very important. I have a great passion and interest. I am very, very interested. Can I choose the topic of my choice? No. Very rarely I can say it as yes. Because my struggle with the PhD was for 10 years. Not for 4 years, 5 years. I have applied in Bangalore University due to some problem. After I started the work, they postponed it. They said to hold on. I did the renewal. 8 years I waited. Again, one more renewal came up. The reason is, if you have a research center, you will give. After the research center, they said the guide should be the guide who was supposed to do the guidance. He must be under the MBA department registration. So this went on for almost 9 years. 10th year they said, madam, you can wait for another year, things will be fine. I said, finally I withdrew from this university. I went and gave the exam in Periyar University. I was through with, and finally in a span of, as I had completed my MPhil, 3 years, I had completed my PhD. 3.5 years there I got my certificate also. So in that way, we'll have to be very, very careful. We'll start working on it, and then it happens all this. So all these things happens in our PhD process. And finally, the guide becomes the master of the PhD program. It is not we are the masters. The guide says, finally we go sit with the guide, and the guide will tell 2 lines. The restructuring of a line. He'll tell, no, the line should be, as the gold price is having increased, it has a direct impact on stock market. I will have written. The guide will tell, no, you'll have to write in a different way. Pull out the sheet, write once again. So make sure the guide is very important, and guide permits us to choose the topic. So with the help of guide, we can take our interest, and if the guide also has the interest and if he is willing to, then only we can choose the topic. The professor will suggest an area and you will pick a topic. Sometimes you may choose the topic and then have a direct interaction with the professor, and finally he may accept it. So the importance considered is how it aligns with your interest and academic goals. Interest and the academic goals is a science person choosing a topic on stock market is or a virus reaction. No, it is impossible. So we have to make sure that it will enhance our career goals. Here are some other tips for choosing the topic. First, read widely on the topic, including review articles, and identify possible future research avenues. So for reading widely and going in for the research literature review, you can use Google Scholar, Web of Science, Scopus, Sodhganga, eSodh all these are some of the websites which are available, and you can choose anything. And consider the course what you have taken, whether you are okay with it. Check for openings on existing projects. They will tell there are too many projects on this particular topic. So we will not allow you to go with this topic. So we have to be very clear whether the topic what we have chosen has been selected by many and working on means in that case it becomes difficult for us. That's why during the process of identifying the topic, we'll have to have couple of similar topics. Many a time restructuring the title is well accepted. So we'll have to be very, very careful. Talk to the academicians, people who have worked on the PhDs, who have served as guides. When we talk to them, we will have some information about choosing the topic more easily. More easily in the sense they will tell these are the areas, these are the niche areas where you will be allowed to do a project, where you will be allowed to do the thesis. What is the niche area? Untapped area, unexplored areas, or niche areas. Is it not? You have anything else? Niche areas or niche market. So it is unexplored areas, either the marketing, either the designing, or anything. So AI, artificial intelligence, chat GPT. So the first one to explore, is it not? To this extent, the first one. Now many of the students and many people who write the CVs, they take the support of the chat GPT. Please design, even for anchoring. You tell this is the program and these are the people. It will chat GPT will give you the answer. What is that? You will have to speak about the person. But finally, when we go for the interviews these days, remember students, when we go for the interviews these days, they ask us to write a paragraph about ourselves or about any of the topic, because they are not able to evaluate whether the biodata is a chat GPT biodata or their own biodata. So find the theoretical ways to support your topic. Theoretical based support is, for example, there are certain theory, Maslow's theory we have. All of you know, I think, Maslow's theory. Or classical conditioning theory. Everybody knows this for sure. What does classical conditioning means? We get ourselves, mindset happens because of certain such situations, circumstances, etc. For example, just going or passing by the temple, no, whether knowingly, unknowingly, no, we just pray to the God. Or at least no, it's not in the mind, the hand goes towards the heart. Is it not? Yes or no? That's conditioning. Why even in other place we can do that, no? The mind has been conditioning. So, whichever topic you take, or sometimes certain topics will support the theories which has been already designed. That's called as supporting the theory. And the next one is, be prepared for your topic to change as you progress through your PhD work. So what is happening is, we would have started and the work is in progress, and suddenly the guide says, no, now the university has cancelled this topic. It happened in my case only. I had given a topic, I had started working on it, I had worked for 2-3 years on that, and university says this is not being accepted. Now the government doesn't want to accept, or the university doesn't want to accept. So it may happen, we should be prepared for everything. So the next one is by choosing. Students, can we go ahead or you want me to run through fast? No, if you feel that these things are well known means, then in that case I just run. Okay. So whether it's your final year degree project or if it is the research project, first check with the interest. Do I have an interest in the specific area? If I don't have the interest, let me not get into it. I was very interested in my topic, and that is one reason I went into it, and I enjoyed thoroughly till the last moment. even in my Viva, while defeating or final Viva, I was quite comfortable. Relevance. The topic should be relevant, not irrelevant topic. Okay, irrelevant topic is why the dust is getting accumulated in my classroom. Of course, if the reasons and the environment says that, you can do it. Otherwise, don't choose irrelevant topic. Make sure the resources are there. Resources such as time, money, people, all these are some resources which are very, very essential. Time is certain topics. For example, collecting primary data. Very beautiful, very nice, interesting, very, very tough, my dear students and the staff members. Getting 10 questionnaires answered from the respondents of a specific area is a very big challenge. They will tell, I'm not free now, I'm not interested. And especially when you look into the psychological based questions. How is your mood in the morning? How do you feel in the evenings? What do you feel in the mornings? What makes you interesting? All such topics, no. It is very difficult to answer. And you cannot say that I will not do a research. We have to collect the data on certain topics, sensitive topics. So this is what will happen, that getting information, especially from the primary data, is a challenging aspect. But still, primary research is always better evaluated, better rated than the secondary research. Coming to the resource, time is also very, very essential. Whether I can devote so much of time. Sitting with the secondary data for research is easier because the data is already uploaded and I can make sure that the data is available. I can try to take the data whether on payment or non-payment from the specific websites. So money is also a component. What is that I can spend and what is the time I can devote towards it. So next comes gap. This is where whole your research lies. What is the gap between the previous researcher and me? So if the gap is identified, then I can go with the research. Previous researcher had done the study only up to 2020. So I will start my study from continuation up to the current date. Or otherwise, the previous researcher, by going through your literature review, only you can find out what is the research gap. What does the gap means? Which is an uncovered area becomes the gap or called as a gap. Only if we are able to identify the gap, then in that case we will be allowed to go with the research work. Doing the same work which is being done by the previous person will not be allowed. So from where do you find out the gap means? It is from the literature reviews. Literature reviews are the ones from where you can note down the gap. Niche. Niche is something new field of area, something new thing or some new marketing style. You can think about it. Or doing something new for a project, designing a project newly, or accessing, or even the tourism. Last Sunday, the new concept in the tourism which has been come up, last Sunday, that is yesterday's or Saturday's, I don't remember exactly. That's all. I think it was Saturday's newspaper, I think. It is vacation tours. The new concept in the research. What is vacation divorce? What do you think about it? Times it has come. Vacation divorce. Youngsters, are there some of you? What do we think from the title? Before Times additional sheet it has come. Yeah? example of niche? Any idea? What do you think from that? Looking at the title, what do we think? When I thought something differently, they decide about their vacation, their divorce in the vacation. Is it so? Something should be there, no? Before yesterday, right. Check the newspapers also. Okay. What is vacational divorce? Heading was very interesting. Then I started looking into it. What does it mean? Which means the couple will go for the vacation. They spend their whole day together with all possible luxuries or the available facilities, everything, and in the night they wanted to sleep separately in the separate rooms. That's a vacational divorce. The new concept. The reason, they have given beautiful reasons, you can check. The reason being, they wanted to sleep peacefully without the disturbance of anybody. Nobody should snore, nobody should put on a bigger light and sleep, and another person coming and sleeping in the congested area. So that is what it is. It is a niche area. Okay? So looking for the niche areas, whichever area you are into, the science, commerce, arts, or the technology, you have a lot of niche areas. So even the tourism has become this niche area. Croatia, we never even knew about this Croatia much, no? So whereas generally we know about the Europe countries and we know about so many other places, Croatia, you just see Croatia is the now latest destination, most attractive destination. They wanted to capture and show something new is there which others have not seen. So niche is something very, very nice, especially when you go into the PhD topics. Niche area becomes very easy to convince, but getting the data becomes very difficult. Take the feedback. Whatever your title you choose, sit with the experts, take the feedback. Scope of the study. To what extent you are going, the tentacles, what is being attached to your topic, the scope of the study. I wanted to study till the Bangalore jurisdiction, or I wanted to focus only on the students of Nijalingappa college, or I wanted to focus only on the girls below the age of 18 or above the age of 14. Okay? So what is that you wanted to focus is very, very important, and take the feedback from the people who have worked on the similar topic and make sure the scope is being very clearly defined, stating that this is what I am going to do. For example, I am going to prepare today on rice with sambar and vegetable beans. The scope is very clear. Similarly, in case of your research, I am going to take up a research which is meant only for the students below 18 years and above 16 years studying in the rural area of Karnataka, specifically in the Karnataka, maybe not Karnataka, South Karnataka. You will have to be very clear in defining area of your study becomes the scope. Next comes criteria for selecting research topic. Do you want the original work or a novelty? What is novelty? New. Is it totally new? Novelty? Original and novelty. What is novelty? Exploring the existing one is there, something existing is there, but you are exploring something which is new in that specific area becomes the novelty. In all the areas you have the novelty. Value and significance. Does your project, does your thesis have any value? And access to the data and equipment. Because sometimes the data availability is not there, as I was telling, and sometimes equipment availability. For example, scientific research, use of research in the laboratory, use laboratory equipment for the purpose of research. So the lab has to be free, the equipment has to be provided, or the testing machines to be given if it is a testing of certain item. So all these are very essential. Time requirement. What is the time required should be very, very clear. Whether I am going to work within 6 months for data collection or 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, time requirement is very, very clear you should be before going into the topic. So the last is ethical compliance. Do the work ethically. You'll feel very happy. Temporarily, no. When we copy, finish, give it off, no. It gives us a lot of happiness. Oh my God, I have done with my work. After 6 months and 1 year, no. You will think, what is that I have done? Nothing except copying and giving. My learning is nothing out of it. So I should have done the original work will be your thought. So instead, right at the beginning, though it is difficult, always going for the ethical compliances. Wherever you copy, be ethical. That is allowed to be copied. That is allowed to be downloaded. That information can be used. So make sure ethical compliance. So here you have selecting the topic, identify your interest, check with the research trend. What is the trend happening with the research? The trend is going in for the niche areas. The trend is working on the old untapped areas, historical areas. So what is the trend happening with the research? We'll have to make sure. Consult the expert, review the literature, use the database, and most importantly, make sure you will attend a couple of seminars which give you the wider information, the knowledge. So the experts do share the knowledge, so attend a couple of seminars. Brainstorming with peers. Take a topic, sit with your friends and ask them what else could be done with it. See, when I was with MBA college, that is RB Institute of Management in the year 2003-04, I think, this happened. So we had to do this brainstorming. Across the class, we just wanted an activity, brainstorming activity. So I gave a topic as mobile phone. It was just then it had come. 2000 onwards only it was there. The year 2, 3, 4 and on. It was not widely used. So I gave a topic as mobile phone. It was a co-education college and the students started. Especially guys they come with a very innovative ideas. Somewhere applicable, non-applicable. Something which comes they wanted to say. So the students were telling at that time, we wanted to use it as a remote to operate the television. The washing machine should be used to operate. When I am outside, I want to set the timing for my AC to operate. What has been happening today? They just told brainstorming session. What not is there in your this one? Only with my mobile, I should go around the world. So everybody started laughing. At that time, 2003, 4. Okay. But today, just with your mobile, you can go around the world. Is it not? Some days filling the money in our UPI payments, you can go around the world. Is it not? So sometimes what happens is when you do the brainstorming, for example, soap, that's how so many soaps have come. Soap, you give the word liquid soap, solid soap, hand wash soap, then what do you call it as herbal soap. All these things can be there. So this is how it happens. So we can make sure we can check. Then research topic we have done. Let's move on to the objective. So the objective is whenever we have some topic, it should be clear with the objective. So objective is use SMART criteria. What is SMART criteria? It's clear, no? What is SMART criteria? Very good. Specific, achievable, time. So it should be very specific. It should be measurable. You must be able to achieve, and the topic should be whatever the objective. It should be relevant to the topic, and you should be very clear with the time what you are going to have for that particular topic. So it is a statement which says very, very clearly that what is that we are going to do. See, an objective is not multiple lines. An objective, you cannot say that, very well these days simple statements are given more importance than the complicated statement. Some people have the practice of writing the statement beginning to the end of the paragraph, no, it is only one statement. So such statements should not be there. Statements maximum 1 to 1.5 line or a statement should be there when it comes to the objective. Very clearly definable. And why objective is important means it shows the direction. It is very clear. It defines the goals. It identifies the activities and decision-making process, accountability within the organization where we are going to work on. So here we have very clearly the diagram which says it is the what is the concept we have seen for identifying the objectives? SMART. So here we have the SMART with the small changes in the terminology. Clarity should be there, specificity, measurability, realistic, relevance and time bound. So all these you have the information here and the slides would be shared by the college authorities. There you can go through and check whether all these are clear, and you can also once, if you click on all these blue ones, whatever the information, how much ever you want, you will get it. A good research objective defines the scope, direction, focus and waste minimization. This is very important. What is that you wanted to do? Whether you wanted to explore something new, it becomes an exploratory. If you want a descriptive, if you want to describe a character, for example, Aishwarya Rai or Amitabh Bachchan, so character or any product, then it becomes a descriptive. Then explanatory. Explanatory is the relationship between multiple variables. And predictive. I can predict the future, astrology. Prediction of the future. So if the product is being marketed in the market for so many years with this percentage of sale, I can predict what could be the future. That is called as predictive. Diagnostic. Whenever there is a problem, how well it could be solved. Compare the two products, two areas, two districts and two aspects. All that can be comparative. Historical. Historical is trying to understand the trends about the importance and the significance of what has been done by the historians. Then generally the topic is digital payment system, e-commerce, CSR, then sustainable supply chain management, artificial intelligence and financial services. Yeah, here we have blockchain and security and transparency. Blockchain is how the cryptocurrency is being happening. Trade is happening. You can see how many have traded and at what prices. So all these are blockchain security and transparency, where you can also check what is the expected price, everything. consumer attitude, social media marketing, presently the most well accepted topic, remote work and business operations, retail industry, cryptocurrency and global financial market. Very interesting topic presently after the US elections. Consumer preferences and green and sustainable products. So the proposal should have how many objectives you are going to write? At least 2 or 3, but not beyond 5. Very good. You can write 2 or 3, but not beyond 5 because you can focus and do neatly. Objectives. Then we have conducting the research. So I would like to close with this. Is it worth reading? Yes. Very important in your life. The most important, whether it's a research or a title or objective or a tool or anything, the most important is you should be focused. And the quote which I like the most is, don't settle for something less than what you deserve. Most of us do this, so let's not do it. Make sure that we will get something which is what we deserve. Thank you, my distinguished. Can I have some questions? I know it is getting delayed. That's why even I had to run through some of the slides very fast. Any question? No question. So you know very well. People who have understood very well will not ask any. Otherwise who have not. Okay. I hope I was able to convey the information and the topic given to me. And thank you, my dear students, and thank you for all the staff members and the management who gave me this opportunity to be in front of you all. Thank you.
ಸರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇರಬೇಕು.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your valuable knowledge and enriching our understanding. To conclude today's program, I invite Dr. Nijalingappa ma'am to deliver the vote of thanks. Happy and blissful evening to one and all present here. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace to today, and creates a vision for future. As we wrap up the first day of faculty development program, it is a privilege and honor for me to convey our sincere gratitude. On behalf of KLE Society, Nijalingappa College, I extend our deepest sense of gratitude to all who contributed to the success of this event. First and foremost, I would like to thank our KLE Society's Board of Management for all the support and encouragement in organizing this FDP program. Our sincere gratitude goes to our respected principal, Dr. Arun Kumar B. Sonapanagar, for being a pillar of support in organizing and execution of the FDP program. We are thankful to IQAC coordinator and all the heads of the department and coordinators for all their support and encouragement. Our sincere appreciation goes to our resource person, Professor Chandrakala from DMS Institute, for gracing us with your presence today and for sharing your valuable insights with us. Your words of wisdom and thought-provoking ideas have left a lasting impression on all of us. The knowledge and experiences that you imparted will certainly go a long way in enhancing our research journey and academic approaches. I request our respected Head of Department, Mr. Shivkumar M. Sajjan sir, to kindly do the honors to our resource person, Professor Nijalingappa. Thank you, sir. I would also like to express my appreciation to our organizing committee who worked tirelessly to ensure the smooth execution of this program. Without their effort, this FDP would not have been possible. A big thank you to all the participants, both online and offline, who participated enthusiastically in the session. Your eagerness to learn and grow has been inspiring. It is your commitment to continuous professional development that strengthens our academic community. Lastly, I would like to thank all the student participants for your presence, participation and active engagement throughout the program. Your contributions and enthusiasm made this program a grand success, and we hope that the knowledge shared today will help you to enhance your research methodologies and contribute to your career growth. At the end of today's session, we feel nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. Now it is the time